what if the fake Luffy got the Gum Gum fruit? Now, you might be thinking, Luffy already has the Gum Gum fruit. Well, we know recently from the anime now and the manga before that Luffy's fruit wasn't the Gum Gum fruit. The Gum Gum fruit was a cover-up for the human fruit model Nika. However, what if, based on all of Luffy's exploits throughout the entirety of the story and establishing belief in people, that all these beliefs, all these hopes that have been placed in Luffy have now manifested into a actual Gum Gum fruit? We know this happens based on what happens in 1069, where Vegapunk explains that devil fruits are just the manifestations of the dreams and wishes of people. Therefore, it's very possible that a Gum Gum fruit could exist now. I did a video on this concept a bit of a while ago, and I still think that this is a high possibility. But bringing things back to fake Luffy, I just recorded an episode of the Roll Skull podcast with my co-host Zach, and when telling him about this idea, he brought to my attention, wouldn't it be funny if the gag was carried through to a point in which fake Luffy actually got this fruit? If you don't know, Demaro Black is the actual name of fake Luffy. We see him in the Return to Shabandi arc. And some interesting facts about him is that his birthday is May 5th, like Luffy. He's 36 at the time of the chapter. He is 8 feet tall, which I think there are some references made in Dressrosa about Luffy being an 8-foot tall giant. So it's funny that he is the manifestation of the rumor, especially seeing as how Dressrosa comes after Shabandi. So that's interesting. But yeah, and his blood type is S, and he had a bounty of 26 million, but I believe he was captured by Sentomaru, so he could be an Impel Down right now. Another option is that when he does come back, maybe now there is another human variant that turns you into a rubber man. I think that's a little bit more out there, seeing as how we spent the whole Zoan reveal on Luffy himself. I think it's more likely that the Gum Gum fruit for real is just a paramecia, because that would make Demaro Black a more pathetic imitation. I wonder too, in trying to copy Luffy again, would he like bleach his hair and put like white body paint over himself to try to look like Gear 5th, or like a bad Gear 5th? Because as you know, that is what Luffy looks like now in his Wonder posters. He is depicted in Gear 5th. So that's kind of interesting now. Another interesting thing about Demaro Black is that he carries a pistol around. Of course, you know that one of Luffy's first moves is Gum Gum Pistol, based on the whole idea that when growing up, he thought his punch would be as strong as a pistol shot. So that's the interesting thing here. If there actually is a Gum Gum fruit based on Luffy's exploits, it'd be funny if Demaro Black were to obtain it. However, too, I think since how Luffy is a big guy now, like he's a Yonko now, it would be more interesting if Demaro Black tried to take over an island like, say, Wano or a Sky Island or something, someplace that's out the way, someplace that doesn't have the newspaper, because I think Luffy's too big of a figure to comfortably copy in an area that gets news on the regular. It just doesn't make sense, because now he's a Yonko. He's a person that's a influential figure in the sea. So it wouldn't make sense to copy him in an area in which people would naturally know about him. Though I'm wondering now if the joke is too stale to carry out. I think it's fantastic, actually, because it's just proving that some people, despite the powers that Yonkos have, just don't respect them. And you kind of see this in bits and pieces, both legitimately and illegitimately. Like after the death of Whitebeard, you had several other characters calling themselves Beard this and Beard that, like a subordinate of Blackbeard called himself Momo Beard or Peach Beard. And then of course we have Brown Beard, the big dude who was then turned into like an alligator centaur in Punk Hazard after the time skip because he got messed up by Basil Hawkins. So yeah, you have people who will undermine Yonko. So I wonder, would Damaro Black try his luck again in a fairly out of the way location and try to live like a king, because now he does in fact have the supposed power of Monkey D. Luffy, though unbeknownst to him, it goes farther than just being made of rubber. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Give me your thoughts though.